one of the things that I set out to do in terms of finding writers for this show. I was very interested in writers who wanted to write short stories, in essence, short stories. So I was interested in writers that were really good at creating characters, really wanted to tell stories that were contained and had a beginning and a middle and an end.
We get to meet all of our characters in an opening montage. So our goal as writers is always to create these images in these kind of disparate situations where you can never understand how they're all going to come together.
It's an emotional show, it's an ambitious show, it's a show about a theme that I believe in and that a lot of the things I've written in the past were based on as well, which is that we're all connected and that the smallest movement in one part of the world has an effect in another part of the world.
There really isn't another show on television that looks like it or feels like it. And as a writer, you get an opportunity to write a story that takes place in New York with Martin, a story that takes place in Saudi Arabia, and I really wanted to find a connective tissue for those.
Sometimes the stories are just a few scenes, and they tell a story in a very kind of haiku way. So there's a lot of the stories that are very, very small little brushstrokes, but come together in a unique way by the time the episode ends.
I like so many things about writing the show, but I think it all comes down to these are stories that you could not tell anywhere else. I mean, I've been on shows where you get a window into one world, but each week on this show, you're basically asked to write 3 or 4 short stories. And as a writer, there's nothing more exciting than saying, who's a cool character that you want to kind of travel with? And then also have the puzzle, and I love a good puzzle, of fitting together that story with the Martin and Jake story. So it's kind of a dream for a writer.
What I also love about the show is that it's based on mathematic theory and it's based on science and physics. So I think it's rooted in the real world, and we're trying very hard because we're asking the audience to believe in a little magic. We're keeping everything very real. That's what we're hoping to do, and I just think it's a really beautiful thought that we're all connected.